Hey, hi, hello there. Welcome back to another Anthropologist Watches Amberlynn Reid in the cursed recording studio. This is the third time I've tried to record this, so let's see if I can make it through before my partner comes home and busts through the door like the Kool-Aid Man. All right, so this is Where is Feline, Fat versus Skinny Mukbangers, and Eating Panda Express vlog. Before we get started, I would like to thank my first three subscribers. You are all gems. I don't know if you want me to give your names a shout out or anything, but you know who you are, and I appreciate you. Also, the people who have sent me some super thanks, again, I truly appreciate that. That's really cool. I didn't think I'd have a channel like that, so that's even cooler to me. And so, yeah, okay, so thank everybody for your support. Thank those of you who are supporting me by watching this, and hopefully clicking like and subscribe. See what I did there? So, like I said, I've already watched this. This will be the second time I've been watching it all the way through. So I hope you guys don't... She's sped up to a time and a half already. So I also know that there's certain sections I'm going to skip. I know there's a whole part about like chewing, and I'm not going to watch it again because I don't like the chewing. Also, I learned that the K button will automatically play.
So welcome to a new vlog. So I am very low energy today, and
she sped up, by the way.
Pretty sad. You guys know, going through a breakup.
That face right there. Going through a breakup. I wonder how much longer I can milk this one for. No, I'm not buying it anymore. First off, how long is this breakup going to take? It's been 3 weeks. You know, y'all made a decision. It's time to move on. She's not even remotely upset here. She's just thinking about how she should be acting. That's all this is. Rendering.
Whatever. And today it's just a continuous wave of sadness.
Is it?
So that's just how I'm currently feeling right now. And obviously I hope that it goes away, but I don't know.
She can't even get her voice to quiver correctly.
I've been waking up every day just feeling a little tiny bit better, but today I'm definitely backtracking.
Yeah, definitely backtracking. That's exactly how sincere people do that.
Unfortunately. So I'm currently editing my vlog.
We're going to jump through this too because I don't get it. This is her just telling us how she edits. I'll let her explain it real quick.
You guys saw yesterday, and I'm using my camera to film obviously, but the memory card, I put it in here and then I plug it into my phone, and all the videos slowly, but it does happen, gets exported into my phone, and then I go into iMovie.
Also, when did she start saying phone? I noticed it last time and I'm hearing it even harder now. She, instead of saying phone or phone like she used to, she's saying phone, like how she says food now. Where's the ooh coming from? Ooh, oh, sounds coming from.
And I sit here and I edit a lot, like all these little lines.
Yes, editing requires a lot. Anyway, she just goes on to tell us about how she edits. And I don't know why you would do that on your phone and not on the computer that is right here. This is an iMac. Its processing power is light speeds faster than this. It would take you a quarter of the time, probably, to do it on the computer. And isn't it the same program? Don't both of these use iMovie? So you wouldn't even have to learn a new program. You just do it on the computer where you could see more than 3 frames at a time. Anyway, I use HitFilm because it's free and I actually enjoy it. I think it's a decent program. Where do we want to be? All right, here's fine.
Hello.
Hi.
So I'm getting a late start to
all right, hang on.
eating.
She's holding on to one. There are 2 in here. She's holding on to one, and there's a whole other one right here.
I got some Panda
Yep. There are 2 in there.
Express. I wanted some Panda Express, and usually I get the 3, like that big plate where you get 3 like meats, vegetables,
How much
whatever.
of this do I care about? I don't think there's anything important in here. The only thing I wanted to talk about in here was her chewing and I don't really want to play it again, but like when she takes a bite out of this, I guess I'll just play the frickin'. Just watch her eat the egg roll.
But I also got an egg roll. I'm sorry, but there's sweet and sour sauce with these egg rolls, though.
So she even said egg rolls this time.
So good.
All right. The biting isn't the problem. Everybody bites with their front teeth. We're gonna have a physical anthropology moment here. The physiology of your teeth. Everybody bites with your front teeth because that's literally what they're designed for. Design's the wrong word. That's how they evolved. They evolved to be our choppers. That's why they look the way they do. All right. And then you've got your two little incisors here that are for latching on when you're biting. So you're chomping through and you're latching on at the exact same time. Back when we had to chew things that were like 9 times tougher and harder than the stuff we eat today, that was important because it helped us tear the meat off of a bone or break down a particularly tough leaf or something. We're omnivores. We're basically goats. We eat everything. Do not come for me. You will lose. This is the part. Okay, not this part. That. Why does she tilt her head back when she does this? And then watch when she chews. Watch how she chews this chunk. She's rolling it back forward in her mouth and still chewing with her front teeth. She's crunch, crunch. She's not chewing on the sides. These are your chewers. That's why they're shaped the way they are, because they have the little kind of points on them and they're flat so they punctuate and they grind at the same time. So those are what we use to masticate our food. And everybody rolls their food around in your mouth. That's one of the purposes of your tongue. It rolls the food around while you're chewing it, gets it all covered in saliva so that it can start breaking down in your mouth before it goes down in your esophagus and into your stomach. You've learned way more about your digestive system than I bet you thought you were going to learn today. My point is, she doesn't chew this with her back teeth. She only uses these teeth. So from this tooth here, which is the tooth right behind your incisor, which I have fangs, those are my incisors. The teeth immediately behind it, those are your premolars. And your premolars are kind of like a cross between your incisors and your actual molars, which are your actual chewy teeth. Okay? So she's only chewing with her front front teeth, her premolars, her incisors, and her Have I been calling my canines my incisors this entire time? Anyway, my canines and my incisors. She's only chewing with these teeth. I know my teeth. Thank you. I'm sorry. I will apologize for calling my incisors, my canines, my incisors this entire time. My point still stands, however. She only chews with her front teeth. And the reason this is important is because you can hear the crunching, okay? The egg rolls are tough and crunchy and chewy, okay? Once you've torn the bite off into your mouth, you engage all of your teeth usually. And we all have a dominant side that we chew on. We all roll food around in our mouth and we all have a dominant side that we chew on. Which also, like, you'll notice why your face is asymmetrical is because the side that you chew on is like more developed muscularly than the other side. It's very subtle, but you'll notice it if you look for it. More things I bet you didn't think you were going to learn today. This thing that is tough and hard to chew, she does not chew with her back molars. These things, she eats one of these and she eats a big mouthful of this stuff on camera. This she does roll back, and this is obviously her dominant side because that's the side she chewed on. These are soft. You could probably swallow these without chewing them and probably not have too much of an issue. Please don't do that. And if you do, don't come for me if you choke. The shrimp, yes, they have a breaded coating on them, but they're not as hard as they're not crunchy at all. And they're not as hard as that egg roll clearly was, because when she chewed it, we didn't hear any crunching or anything like we did with the egg roll. So these two softer foods, she was capable of chewing with her back teeth. But that harder object that she should have been using her back teeth to chew, that's just the natural instinct there, is to chew hard things behind. Well, you chew everything back there, but the harder the object, the more you're going to spend chewing it with your back teeth. Because you also have the leverage of your jaw. The way your jaw is designed, it's like a pincher. And so like the part right here is where the most pressure is going to come down. And the part here is where the least amount of pressure is going to be. Anyway, nobody really cares that much. My point is, I think her back teeth are rotten, or at least they hurt her a great deal because she can only chew soft foods with her back molars as opposed to the hard food where she chewed with her fronts, where she should have been chewing it with her back teeth. Either side would have been fine, but she didn't do it at all. She rolled that around to keep it in the front of her mouth so that she could chew it up with her premolars and her incisors. The canines probably didn't participate too much. They were unnecessary in this situation.
Curd.
Oh, wait. I was skipping this. That's right. All right. The
dishes to do here. These are all clean, so I'm going to be putting them away. I don't use the dishwasher to actually, like, clean my dishes. I clean them by hand, but I do use the dishwasher to dry my dishes.
Okay. It annoys me to no end that she's in Ravenclaw. How dare.
Just got done.
I'm not going to give her too much shit on that one just because it was editing and it was effort. Like, she shot that with the knowledge that she was going to edit it like that. And if she's editing it on her phone, it probably took her a minute to get those screens down properly. So I'm not going to give her crap about that. However, I will make a larger point at the end. Amber is building a new character. Amber is creating a new Amber. And that scene with the, you can't see my hands, that scene with the dishwasher and the quirky weirdness of it is not that quirky. I have friends who do that too. I think they're weird as well. That is part of the new character. Keep that in mind.
Putting away the dishes. Now I'm thirsty. Gonna have me a Diet Pepsi, caffeine free.
When I'm thirsty, I drink water. Water. I drink water because I'm from PA now.
Delish. Okay, you guys, so I just did a little bit of closet clean out without you, but I wanted to show you what I decided to get rid of. So, just this shirt. It is a black shirt, and the sleeves have like this polka dot to it, and it's like sheer. I just don't like how this fits me. Not.
My sweater's gone. She did. She got rid of the cardigan I like. It used to be like right in here. Maybe it's not turned enough. Maybe it's past this pink fluffy thing. Aw, she got rid of the thing I actually liked. Sad.
Cute, not fun, not fresh. So getting rid of it.
I don't understand why we're doing one object at a time. No one cares about your closet that much. It just feels like B-roll. It just feels like B-roll. This infuriates me, but we'll watch it anyway.
Scrolling TikTok, and this TikTok came up of this dad who shot his daughter because he thought she was an intruder. Like, the saddest thing ever. And she's so young, like elementary school. Like, ugh, my heart breaks for him, for her, their family, friends. Like, that is devastating.
All right. Keep in mind, I told you, she's building a new character. And this character is compassionate. Also, Amber likes to do that kind of crap. Randomly find people who have suffered some kind of tragedy and then tell us how much it affects her because she's an empath and the pain of the world is also her pain. I think it's tasteless, but I don't know why I expect anything else. But it is part of the new character. Okay, you got to keep that in mind. Why would that even pop up on your For You page unless it was something that you've engaged with in the past? Like, that's my understanding of the algorithm on TikTok. It's how algorithms work. So that didn't just pop up. It's something you were looking for at some point. Maybe not that exact TikTok, but something similar.
Y'all, I took a little nap. I'm not gonna lie, there was a little nap to be had because I have not been sleeping that great, which is totes fine.
And we're back to this whole, like, 12-year-old, 13-year-old abbreviating every other word kind of girly thing, like super girly thing. Like even girly girls aren't like this girly kind of a thing.
A symptom of heartbreak, you know, just not the greatest sleep. But
I totally believe you're heartbroken. Also, this isn't part of the new character, clearly, because maybe she thinks it is, but blaming the heartbreak for all of the bad habits that she's already had up to this point anyway. Like, I don't sleep well because my heart breaks. I don't eat well because my heart breaks. I put Legos together because my heart is broken. These are all things you were already doing up to this point. How many times have we heard her say, I'm going to fix my sleep schedule by staying up for 24 hours? Okay, that's whatever. You do you, man. She's always napped. There's been times where she's like, Feline and I just woke up from a nap. Napping is not new for you. And none of this is new for the heartbreak either.
I wanted to say something really good because, as you guys know, I love me a THC moment. I've been taking some Delta just to
this is another
calm me, and usually it gives me like the massive munchies. But I noticed in the last couple of days that has not happened. So I think I've like found a point within my Delta 8 situation type deal where it's like I don't get the munchies, but I also feel
she can't not pause after she says that. My Delta 8 moment, like she has to pause, like she has to have that emphasis on Delta 8. We have to know that is the words that she said, and there must be no confusion between the 8 and whatever comes after that. This is part of the new character. This is part of the new Amberlynn, this weird Delta 8 using Amberlynn who doesn't know how people who are using Delta 8 actually act. As someone who has not used Delta 8, I am familiar with the thing that Delta 8 is supposed to be mimicking, and she sure as fuck doesn't act like somebody who's doing that.
Really good and like calm and stuff, and I like low-key love that because that's why I'm taking it. And for a while there, like,
if that's really what you want, the meds your doctor provided and prescribed for you will do the same thing. You just need to continuously take them as prescribed. Trust me, I am also medicated. You will take my Wellbutrin from my cold dead hands. I will just put it that way. It did take about 6 months for me to like even out. Like there were moments, but no, I won't give it up now.
Like I would get the munchies and stuff, like especially when I would take it months and months ago. But I go through like gaps where I stopped taking it. But I don't know. I think I found like that sweet spot where I don't get the munchies because that's like something that I was like obviously worried about because.
What is she looking at behind the camera? She's not looking at the camera. She's looking behind the camera.
THC does help a lot, but there are some downsides to it, and that was one of them. I haven't had to worry, okay? But it did make me sleep today, and that felt really good. I had like an hour and a half nap, and I just needed it. I really, really did.
She's really happy about something in that scene, though, and I'm not entirely sure what, because she's genuinely smiling at a couple points. Like, her face is actually kind of happy glowing, so she's really happy about something. I don't know what. And there's something behind the camera that she's focused on while she's telling the story. I don't think it's Feline because she's not being self-conscious about it. So there's something else going on, or something else that she's got to focus on. Or maybe she's just like really thinking she's selling this. I don't know.
Currently making a soup in the summer days. Yes, I am. Only Amberlynn, huh? I've just been craving broth. So I said, you know what? Let's make some soup. Well, my soup.
All right. Cooking Lynn. I'm here for Cooking Lynn. But I think this is also this whole episode, this whole video is Amber building a new character. Step by step, Amber's building a new character. This is an Amber that cleans. This is an Amber that takes stuff. This is an Amber who cooks. This is an Amber who puts away her dishes and is quirky and doesn't use the dishwasher to wash the dishes, just dry the dishes. What else is new in this one? This is an Amber that says phone and food. This is a new character. We're watching that character evolve right now.
Soup is cooking. Let's do a question.
Ah, yes, the ego questions. When I say ego, I don't mean Amber has a big ego. I mean ego in like the psychological sense or like the philosophical sense, like the ego herself. These questions, I don't know how much longer we'll be doing. Dang it, I tore my nail. I don't know how much longer we'll actually be doing the questions because Amber doesn't stick to anything. But Amber needs these questions right now because these questions are a symbol of her parasocial relationship with the audience. She thinks that we care, and she needs these questions. She needs to think that we want to hear the answers to these questions. And remember, these questions are curated. So these are questions that she has picked to answer. So these are, and also I think written some of them. And they're there for a reason. They're either there so that she can be Sage-Lynn, or they're there so she can be like, I don't want to say victim, but so that she can definitely like prove that she is the better person. So she's either giving us advice that she really has no business giving us, or she's talking about how awesome she is or how much, you know, she's changed and improved and she's just, you know, a superwoman among women. But this is something that she can't let go of. We've given up on the 56 pounds. We've given up on Weight Watchers. There is no reason for us to be doing these popsicle sticks still, but we're still going to do the questions because that's the important part. Not the weight loss, not the weight loss, just the questions and her ability to answer a question for us.
We got number 12. I want to add more questions on here, ones that aren't just weight loss related. So if you want to ask me anything, definitely be following my Instagram. Any of my social media you can find down below in the description bar.
See, she's already thinking about what happens when I run out of these questions, and then what will I do? And then she's like, I'll just ask for more questions. I don't think we'll ever get to the point where we'll run out of these questions because I don't think we'll ever complete these questions. But she's already worried about. She is already worried about what will happen when she runs out of questions. So she's already priming us to provide more questions so that she can continue to do this because right now, this is her dopamine hit.
Okay, so number 12. Should 300-pound plus people be allowed to do mukbangs? Yes, I do think they should. Because I feel like if they weren't allowed to, then it's like discrimination is definitely getting in the mix. And a lot of people think that YouTube should take down morbidly obese mukbangers or morbidly obese people who eat on camera. But YouTube prides themselves in a lack of discrimination. Like they try their hardest not to discriminate.
All right, first off, YouTube gives no shits about what group you belong to. YouTube does not care about you. You need to understand that. No internet anything cares about you. YouTube does care about what color your money is and how much of that money you want to give to them or that they can get from you. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah, YouTube doesn't care. I personally, this is my personal opinion, I personally think she missed the point of this question, assuming it's not one she wrote herself. If it's something that someone else asked, I kind of took that question to be, what do you, Amberlynn Reid, think of, do you, Amberlynn Reid, think it's a good idea for someone who is over 300 pounds and already unhealthy to be eating on camera unhealthily in front of an audience? I don't think it was meant to ask, what do you think of YouTube's terms of service? And should a obese person legally be allowed to eat on camera? I mean, yeah, of course, because why? But ethically or morally, that I feel like that was more the question, and they wanted her opinion. And it's one of those moments where I don't think she can think deeply enough to realize that that was what the question was actually asking for. And she just instantly went to eating on camera terms of services, YouTube. Those are the only, that's the train of thought for her. And yeah. And I think she really missed an opportunity to be Sage Lynn, but right now she's like advocate for YouTube Lynn. And I think we're skipping the rest of this because she's talking about skinny mukbangers. Okay, the only thing here is, I'm so sorry about that picture. Does she eat this? Because if she does, I can mute this. I would like very much to watch her eat this poor guy. I am not a Barbie fan. I want to see Ken get eaten by a giant woman. Also, there is a whole niche for that. Like, you are missing out. Let's go. I don't even want to know. This is her trying to convince us that skinny people can eat lots of food too. So why can't fat people be allowed to do it?
In one video, and it's crazy. Y'all, I'm having a weird and random thought that I should do low carb. I just said no to Weight Watchers, and now I'm stuck in this like weird place where I don't know what to do. So low carb is definitely up here in my mind.
I like how she poked herself in the eye 3 times before she figured out where her actual temple was. Oh yeah. If she does low carb, I will not be doing low carb with her. I am not a low carb fan. Unless it's prescribed to you, I am not a keto fan. I don't think that's how we are meant to eat as people, but that's a whole other discussion we can have some other time. I can even dig out ye old paper that I wrote about evolutionary diets, and I can bore all of you to death. It was an A+ paper, by the way. You're welcome. Anyway, if she does low carb, I'm not going to do low carb with her. I think it's interesting what she says here, though. The whole thing that, like, if she's not on a diet, she doesn't know what to do. The interesting thing about that to me is like, her eating habits don't change. It doesn't matter if she's on a diet or not. She still eats the same way, irregardless. But in her mind, I think in her mind, she thinks when she's on a diet, she's changed how she eats, which kind of explains a few things in the past, like the whole, like, I've been on every diet and none of them work. I think she really does believe that she's changed her eating habits when she's on these diets. And she can't figure it out. Like, why do I keep... It's like secret eaters. I eat healthy when I'm at home. Why am I still gaining weight? Well, because you put down like 6,000 calories at the pub. But it's that kind of thing. I don't think she really understands how much she eats. I think she does maybe think she just ambiently pulls calories out of the air, and it's a weird thing. Why do I keep gaining weight? She was even saying that, like, I don't understand how I keep gaining weight, because all you eat is fast food. All you're eating is takeout, and it's high calorie, high fat takeout. I'm sure it tastes delicious, but it's not meant to be like a lifestyle. But I think she is truly like without guidance when she's not on a diet, because she doesn't have anything to rebel against. Like right now, if she eats like trash, it's her fault that she's eating like trash. But if she's on a diet and she eats like trash, now it's the diet's fault. It's either too restrictive or it's too permissive, or these are the foods I'm supposed to be eating, or I had a craving and I just couldn't help it. You know, it's the diet's fault. Right now, she doesn't have a diet to blame. So I think also that's why we saw the soup, is because we didn't see her eating it, by the way. It's so that she doesn't have anybody. Maybe if she just didn't diet at all, and she'd be like so lost and have like no reason to rebel against a diet and eat out or eat garbage. It looks like she kind of defaults to cooking and semi-healthy food when she doesn't have a diet to rebel against. So maybe that's what she really needs to do, is just not diet. And then she'll just be so lost and have no excuses to eat garbage food. She'll just eat healthy food because she doesn't know what to do except eat healthy food. I know that sounds crazy. And then this is connected to this line, and then this one connects to that. I know. I'm sorry. I think it's feasible.
Hi guys. So I'm currently sitting in my bedroom, and I just filled this journal. I want to show you guys in an upcoming
this weird thing.
vlog all the journals I have filled. So if you guys don't remember, I always journal on the notepad on my phone or on my MacBook first. This is like the process of how I journal. It's been like over 2 years now. I type so much quicker than I write.
But you've been collecting journals for far longer than that, because I remember the journal walls. I remember the journal piles at Ricky and Eric's. And
it's like my brain works really fast when I'm journaling. So it's so much easier for me to type out how I'm feeling, whatever it may be, and then write it in my journal. So anyways, that's just how I do it and how I prefer to do it. And it's like if I want to journal when I'm in a car, or I've actually journaled at friends' houses before. Like,
so weird, so quirky. No one has ever journaled anywhere except in their own bedroom at the crack of dawn or the ass end of the evening. No other times in no other places has anyone ever journaled. Except you. You are the only one.
If I was staying the night or whatever it may be. But like, I always leave the first page at the end when I'm done actually journaling in it. I can write the beginning month and how long the journal goes for. So this one went from October 26, 2022 to July 2nd, 2023. And that means like all of this, like such a beautiful journal.
No, it's not.
This is going to be like breakup era, like all of my feelings regarding it and everything, because we broke up on 4th of July. So I've already written a little bit in here.
Is that why it looks like fireworks?
I've written July 4th because, like I said, the rest of that is on my MacBook, which I have to write down. And then when I write it down, I delete it from my MacBook. It's a whole process that I thoroughly enjoy. It makes journaling easier for me. And if you love to journal, whatever routine you have for yourself, don't let anyone try to talk down to you about it or anything, because everyone has different journal routines. But yeah, I've actually gotten a lot of questions about...
Okay, she's going to talk about something else now. I think that was a setup. Follow my logic here. That was a setup. I don't know how much of that is actually true, but I'm leaning towards about none of it, because it's weird. That is a weird thing to do. It's not quirky. It's just weird. I'm not saying there aren't other people that do that, but it's still weird. And secondly, at the end of that, don't let anybody criticize your journaling routine. If it works for you, you do it. She's made the story up. This is how I think it went, my opinion. She's made this story up about these journals and how she journals. And then she thought about the nasty comments she's going to get, or the skeptical comments she's going to get about this journaling process, because it's weird. And then she's already put together a defense for it. So even if someone comes forward and criticizes how weird this is, they're just a hater. They're just a naysayer. She doesn't have to listen to us because it's the process that works for her. So she's already made the story, thought of the backlash, and created a defense to the backlash already. And she's presented all of it in this section here, right here, about the journals. So I'm not saying she doesn't journal. What I'm saying is I don't think she journals the way she says she's journaling. I think she made it up because she thinks it's cute or something. There's some reason. It's part of the new character. That weird journaling style is part of the new character. Will she stick with it? Or will she forget that she mentioned this, a month from now when she starts telling us out the new way she journals? I don't know. Remember, we've never seen that bullet journal. Ever. What did it even look like? I don't remember. Maybe the day that she shows us all of the journals she's filled out, she'll show us the bullet journal again. I don't know. All right, anyway, let's listen to the next one.
July 4th, like what led to the breakup, like why did it happen? It was something that we've been talking about for, I'd say, about a month. Like Feline and I are in love with each other. That's very apparent. I mean, she told you guys that herself.
You mean you coached her to tell us that?
And people are also asking like why she hasn't been in the videos. I don't want to speak for her.
I don't want to speak for her. She's very irritated that Feline would not be in the videos. Like, she's unhappy about that. And maybe that's been one of the reasons for this mutual breakup. I think it's mutual. Do I think she instigated it? No. But I think it is mutual.
But what she told me is she just feels kind of awkward right now, which I understand because she's always been a little awkward on camera. And she said just ever since she was in the video, kind of like explaining her side, I don't know. I think that...
And now we're performing again.
The way that people reacted about that made her feel bad, I guess. And
now we're blaming the audience again. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. It's all of your faults. Don't you feel bad?
That kind of breaks my heart, really. I mean, she's never really been hardcore in my videos, but I know a lot of you like to see, you know, her arm or her leg or just hear her talk. And I think right now she just doesn't want that. And I can totally understand, you know, this is...
Look at her shaking her head. I can totally
understand. Her job. She doesn't have to be on here, and I completely get it.
Have to be.
Hi, hello. We have editing Amberlynn. I just woke up a little bit ago. Okay, but I also want to make it clear that, like, she's not a social media person. She's a very private person, and she was only ever like vocal in my videos, like for me, because we were in a relationship. And now that we're not, like, she doesn't have any like obligations. So yeah. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. A lot of people are like, so why?
Did you plan for that? So anyways, back to what I was talking about. I'm gonna need a cough drop, sorry. It's been a day. It's been a whole week. And no, I'm not counting the damn Weight Watchers points for this stupid cough drop. Not even that good.
By July 4th, like, what happened? Like, you guys still saw fireworks, so like I don't understand what happened. I don't really want to go like obviously into detail because it is personal on both of our ends. But yes, we did end up breaking up before fireworks, and I still really wanted to go see fireworks. It's my mom's favorite holiday. So while my mom's watching fireworks in her state, I feel like connected to her in a way. So Feline and I still went. You know,
the only thing I think of right here is, so what if she finds out that her mother wasn't watching fireworks that day? What if her mom was like doing anything else besides watching fireworks that day? And like, what happens if Amber finds out about that? Like, what do you mean you were watching fireworks at the same time I was? I broke up with my girlfriend for this. Like, what's that conversation going to be like? I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just like, what if?
I didn't want to at first. And then when she realized how important it was to me, we still ended up going. You know, going to see fireworks where we did was something that we had planned for like 2 months. I don't know. It's just like people insinuating just because we went and saw fireworks together means the breakup's not real. I still can't believe that people actually still think that I'm faking this. Trust, if I was to fake a breakup, like there would be some tea involved.
I know people were asking like, where would she go watch fireworks? She lives in Lexington. I'm pretty sure they put on a fairly decent fireworks show downtown. I don't know if they went to downtown Lexington, but they might have. That would be the only place I would really think of, like, that they would go. So
I would be spilling some tea for sure, but I'm never going to say anything bad about Feline. I'm never going to spill tea about her. Nothing. And she's not going to do that.
3 months. 3 months. Because that'll be about the time that they're supposed to be moving apart. 3 months.
Regarding me either. She wants nothing but the best for me, and I want nothing but the best for her. Like, we're literal best friends. And I truly never realized how
like you and Becky and Destiny and Crystal,
common it is for people to actually live with their exes on like a friendly term until y'all started messaging me on Instagram. And I'm like, okay, y'all making me feel better, thank you. By the way, the lighting is kind of crazy because it's nighttime. I'm getting ready to go to bed, and the lighting in my bedroom's no good. The light on the ceiling has to be changed. Anyways, I do hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys.
I've talked myself hoarse already. All right, this is going on like 45 minutes, and I want to keep it somewhat short. I stand by my analysis that this is a new Amberlynn character that is developing. This is a new ember butterfly emerging from the ember cocoon. And I don't know what it's going to end up looking like, or if we're just going to give up on it. Because she's tried to do this character rewrite more than one time. And I think that's what we've been watching over these past few. episodes. It's just this one is very evident to me that that's what's happening. This new Amber is super empathic. This new Amber washes dishes and then dries them in the dishwasher. This Amber puts away her dishes. This Amber edits on her phone. I mean, I know she's always edited on her phone, but when has she ever shown us in that much detail? While the damn MacBook is sitting right there. Who does that? I'm trying to think of what are the other traits this new Amber does, but there's just, and this Amber does number 8. So I don't know what this is about, but the rest of this is character building, and this is character building too. The the 8 Delta 8. I don't know why this is a new character trait. Like, this is a new character trait. I don't know why. It'll be interesting to see that develop. I know people are saying that they think she might have a new girlfriend, or at least a new person in the wing. This might explain it, maybe, but I would rather see that develop out before I make any calls on that. However, I think I'm going to do a rune reading on it just because it's like really getting to me. But I want to see, it's interesting to see where this new character is coming from, why we're making the new character. It could just be, Heartbreak Lynn is done, and so now we have to have post-breakup Lynn, and that's what we're crafting here. We're still miserable, but we're suffering silently, and we're putting our best foot forward while we suffer with heartbreak. Did you know I broke up? Did you know that? And I'm really upset about it, you guys. I really am upset about it. That kind of stuff. So that'll be interesting. I know I say that a lot. Someone should run a counter of it and see how many times I say interesting in a single video. Let's see. Oh, I did want to talk about Weight Watchers, but I guess I'm running out of time. So maybe I'll make just kind of like a recap video. I know you're all excitedly watching every single thing I post about Weight Watchers. But it is something I'm putting some effort into, so it is something I have some thoughts about. I'll make a separate video for that. I'm not going to make it a members only video. I feel like that would be a really crappy members only video. So if you've made it to this far in the video, please put a... Oh, they've got a place setting, don't they? Like a knife and a fork and a plate in the middle. Put a place setting emoji down in the comments section. I think I make up emojis. I don't actually know what emojis there are, but I see people getting really creative with them, trying to figure out whatever the hell it was I was talking about. So props. But if there is the place setting, knife, fork, spoon, whatever, and a dish in the center, put that down in the comments section. Leave comments. I really am enjoying answering people's comments. I've only had to kick 3 people. I'm really impressed. So yeah, keep leaving me comments and stuff. I'm really enjoying interacting with people. Remember to like and subscribe. If you've made it to the end of the video, you might as well like and subscribe. I mean, I know you're coming back because I can see it in the algorithm. So yeah, that's all I've got. I'll make a video about my thoughts so far on Weight Watchers and the weird stuff that I think's happening to me. And I will see you guys when Amber posts again. So bye. I'm stealing that from Stanley.